Is that good? I want to talk about the skybox here, because something's going on that's really interesting to me. So throughout, this is the boat level, and throughout the boat level, the idea is that you do a time trial around all these barrels and boxes that surround the perimeter of the ship. So, you're not really looking at the background too closely. Everything is kind of flying by as you're jumping from thing to thing, sort of like so. And then after that, you go to the back half of the ship, and you are meant to climb up this way, this big crane-like structure. So you're really kind of supposed to zoom through this level. You're not supposed to really stop and pay attention to the details. But if you do, you will notice the painted-on background. You got some mountains in the distance and some clouds, the sky. There's a good bit of fog coming up off a good bit of altitude off the water there. And if you stop, you realize you are actually getting no closer or further from or what I presume to be the mountains in the distance on this side or on this side over here. And the clouds are not moving either. If we look up over here, the clouds are stationary. And many video games are like this and do this, and their skyboxes are sort of static images. And the movement of illusion, the illusion of movement creates sort of the idea that the backgrounds are moving a lot more than they actually are, or moving at all, because in this case they're not moving at all. There's even, I want to come over here to show you the other side of the skybox. There's even another ship in the distance you could see over there behind those two boxes. And that too, not moving, stationary. And it creates kind of, if you stop and look at it as I am right now, even though the water appears to be moving underneath you, it creates the idea, which is true, that you are on a non-moving object, and that the attempts at disguising that through the assumption that you're moving and moving, that you're not even going to notice, if you're jumping around, you're not even going to notice that the backgrounds aren't moving. But if you stop, they're not. And it's almost even more disturbing if I position the camera like it is right now, and all you see is the white of the fog, and you don't see, the sky being blue or the clouds or any of the structures in the distance. If you position it to where all you see is the white, and especially if I come even lower and obscure the water from view, I'm sure I could find a better position than that. But it's a little bit ominous almost. You're stuck in this sort of void of white nothingness. Here's a good example too. Not a thing going on back there. There's a couple guys walking around on the ship, which is actually pretty cool. There's two guys walking around, which make it a little less lonely here as well. Check it out. We are in a void of nothingness, akin perhaps to SpongeBob, the episode where Squidward is alone. Look at that. You're in the void. You are in a blank space. All that exists is you on this ship. And then you jump up, obviously, and there's the water and the illusion of stuff in the background. But, I don't know, it's just interesting to me. I like slowing down when I play a game on moments, like this, on levels and stages like this where you're not supposed to slow down, and see what's going on. What trickery is at play to make you think things are happening that are not. Such as being on a ship that is actually moving, when really it's static. And when you move, sure, the mountains are moving, but really, everything is still and quiet. And there's some dull product placement. How do I stop this?